Hey people, welcome back to my channel. So I decided to show you guys how I make my jollof rice. Jollof rice is the most requested video on my channel, so I think it's best I show you guys how I make it nice and tasty. So I'm going to show you guys how I make it fluffy and smoky. You know what jollof rice is? It's a rice dish being cooked in a blended pepper with onion and tomato, and is censored by various African countries, with Nigeria being one of them. This recipe is simple and easy to follow, however the results are far from basic. Every guarantee that jollof rice is easy and full of flavor. And if you know how to make this Nigerian flavor, please keep watching for this recipe. Before we begin, the recipe I'm sharing today will share up to 5 to 6 people. Let's start off with the pepper mixture. As you can see here, we got red bell pepper and a plum tin tomato. I use a lot red bell pepper than the plum tin tomato because it makes my jollof rice nice and rich and colorful in my jollof rice. Red bell pepper contributes and make that happen in my jollof rice. If I'm showing you the whole plum tomato, I'm only gonna use half of it. Using 2 red bell peppers, and I also be using 3 scotch bonnet, which can be adjusted to your tolerance. And we're also going to be using a 4 garlic cloves and a small amount of ginger and a 5 red medium onions. And I love to use onions in my jollof rice because it makes it sweeter. So I'm going to be using 4 onions in my jollof rice. I use the last one to top it up at the end when the rice is well cooked and ready. This nice onion taste. You can use a fresh tomato if you don't have a tin tomato. Blend everything you see on the screen right now, apart from one of the onion. I will blend together and add water to blend to make sure everything is smooth. So next on my list, make sure you don't use much of the hot bonus because it's quite hot. So the ingredient is basically some seasoning. So we need salt to taste, seasoning cube, and any other seasoning of your choice. So I'm using curry powder, thyme, bay leaf, and now that we got everything we need, we can start cooking. Tomato puree makes the rice very colorful and tasty. As I said before, red bell pepper really makes a difference, but adding the tomato puree is necessary. I'm only gonna use half of this tin for the rice. More of the half gram. So I'm gonna use I'm also using some chicken stocks. You can use big stocks because I cook my chicken and turkey, and I leave the stocks for the jollof rice. The onion, tomato, scotch pepper, red bell pepper, had everything well blended, and this is how it turned up. Also need some oil. You don't need a lot of oil for jollof rice, so you don't overdo it. My onion well sliced, which I'll be adding to my pan. Next is this long grain rice, which my favorite brand is Tony Bowl. If you want fluffy rice, because we are trying to avoid mochi jollof rice, to ensure that this starch is washed out of the rice, you wash and drain the rice until the water is completely clear. So the next, turkey meat, which I'll be cutting into cubes and properly wash them, and my chicken labs. That we got everything covered in terms of the ingredients, so we can start cooking. Start by pre-boiling my meat, the chicken, turkey, and adding my cube, curry powder, seasoning. Bring it to boil. You want to make sure you don't add water when steaming your meat, and I thoroughly mix them all up. After 10 minutes pre-boiled, I add 3 cups of water just to cover the level of the chicken or the meat. You don't want to have excess water. And here is how I package and store my meat. I'm going to put this meat in the freezer for next time used. And 10 minutes of cooking, as I added all the seasoning I mixed in earlier, and I cover it and let it cook for 10 more minutes. So the total time for me was 20 minutes to cook the meat. So I'm cooking at the medium heat. So I start by frying the oil, adding the onion, and adding some salt to taste. So here is my well seasoned pre-boiled chicken set aside. So I add the puree first, consistently on the oil to avoid. So I'm frying at the medium heat, and here is the concentrated tomato I'm going to use, so it can easily burn. So I'm doing this for about 10 to 15 minutes to get it crumble. So when this is ready, I added the blended pepper mixture. So I stir it very well to avoid the stocky part. So I add my concentrated tomato. So I'm going to be adding 3 of this tomato. So this is almost the amount of rice I'll be cooking. So I stir this thoroughly and go on with my non-cube. So I'm going to be adding this cube of naan and chicken. So I'll be going on with the 3 of it. So I stir this thoroughly and add some pepper, thyme, curry, some seasoning. You can use any seasoning of your choice. So I'm gonna mix this all up. You can see how colorful, rich it is. So I go on with this special jollof. This seasoning is specially for jollof rice to give you that real Nigerian jollof rice taste. So I'm going to add that up and thoroughly mix it up. You can see how colorful and rich it is. So I leave it for 10 minutes to boil, and I go on and wash my rice. So I'm going to thoroughly wash this rice to make sure the water comes clear. So I will repeat this 2 to 3 times, to make sure I really wash up the starch. So I'm gonna do this quickly to avoid some sticky rice. So I will go on and wash this rice thoroughly, to have it all clean up. Allow me to flex. Many years me I done the good. Okay, so I can see why this is well washed and clean. So I'll just sieve out the water and do it 2 or 3 times and add it to my prepared sauce, tomato sauce. So I'll make sure that I thoroughly mix everything together. I stir that up and make sure that everything is well mixed up. So I will add water just to cover up the rice. So once the rice is thoroughly mixed with the sauce, you can just add enough water to cover up the rice. So at this point I'm adding my chicken stock, and you can see, so I'm going to thoroughly mix that up and bring it to boil for 30 minutes. Stirring it all up, I add the salt to taste and other seasoning. While it's boiling, I had my chicken fried, well grilled and crispy, which will give it a very nice taste to the rice. 30 minutes of cooking in a low heat. You can see the rice. At this point, I taste the rice to make sure we don't need any more seasoning, salt or anything like that. Leave it for another 10 minutes in low heat. Slice my garbage because I like to have my rice with some salad. So at this point, I turn off the heat and my rice is ready. So I have to add my sliced onion on top of it and have it all mixed up. So basically this onion gives it this nice onion tasty. So I have to properly mix everything together. You can see how rich, smoky, fluffy rice we have. So this is how I made my jollof rice, my real Nigerian jollof rice. So guys, if you really enjoy watching this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment below what you'd like to see from me next time. And thank you guys for stopping by. I'll see you again. Bye bye. Nice, pretty done. And if you want that smoky flavor, you know, that party jollof rice league, just turn off the heat to medium and cover the rice with just a lid and let it burn for a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then you have it. It's all done. It's obviously jollof rice is easy. It's harder when you're cooking for more people, measuring the rice, measuring the pepper mixture and everything, and the things are add together. Help me to gauge how I want the jollof rice to turn up. So here guys, this is my way of making jollof rice. I know there are tons of ways to make it.
Many years me I done the good. Rock the mic, me I rock the show. Many hit songs when I go.